Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Cyrus Webb Presents. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. So glad you guys can join us once again. For those tuning in on the simulcast on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and on X, we're glad you all can be with us. We're about to bring in our friends over on Instagram so they can be a part of our chat for today. And last but certainly not least, going to connect with our friends over on Amazon Live. I'm so excited about this next guest. I had an opportunity to interview her from one of her current projects called Ellis. Now she's out with a brand new project we're going to be talking about today that introduces two individuals that honestly I had never heard of before, but now we get to share with all of you. And we're now live on the Amazon Live platform with Cyrus Webb Presents. If you guys are new to us on Amazon, welcome. Make sure you guys hit that follow button either here in this corner or down below. We're excited to welcome filmmaker Sascha to our broadcast today. We're going to talk to her not only about what it's been like for her to bring stories to life through film, but also about her brand new project called What We Can Know About Edmund and Basil. And for those of you who are just finding out about the two individuals, we're going to let you guys know more about them. We're also going to show you all the trailer as well. But Sascha, thank you so much for the time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me. Good to be back.
Look, it is good to be able to speak with you as well. And I want to say, first of all, thank you for what you're doing when it comes to not only marrying storytelling, but also sharing this great music. What has it been like for you from the time you did Ellis to now with this new project to see the way that people are responding to your work?
Oh, that's been a really, I mean, it's just been such a special part of my life. I mean, Ellis, as you may remember, was a huge experience making this film, making it with Ellis, and I sort of felt mentored and guided by him in many ways,
Mhm.
and that has inspired me to do the next film. And in many ways, he Ellis opened up this world to me, and thereby I got to explore other musics and came across these two wonderful composers, Edmond and Basil, from the 19th century. And yes, very few people were aware of them, and that was sort of um, the great treat for me to explore that. You know.
Right. Right. I love that. Tina Siemens, hello to you over there on IG. Glad you could be able to join us. And that's what I think is so great about your work, Sascha, and that is that you've been able to take us into the lives of these individuals beyond the music. Like with Ellis, I felt like you did that so well. And yes, people may know him from music, but you really took us into the life. Now you're able to do it with these two individuals, Edmund and Basil as well. Is that part of your love as a storyteller to be able to tell us about the lives behind the music?
Very much so. So I fall in love with the music, but I also fall in love with the characters, protagonists, the people. Right? They were real people, and I have to say that to really fully appreciate the composers, I shouldn't say that. You can appreciate the music and the composers simply for the music, but for me, it is just wonderful to try to get to know them as individuals.
Mhm.
And I think their life stories were so special, and their
Yeah.
artistic achievements were so wonderful. I just wanted to know more about them. And then once I know about them, I want to share that.
Mhm. Yeah. So take us back then, Sascha, for those who are just discovering your work. When did your love of storytelling in film, when did that begin for you?
Oh, as a teenager, I always knew I wanted to become a filmmaker, but it took a long time. It took it was. I mean, I was always working on films, but it's like a long road to be able to make films. And I just always thought that for me, I've been going to the movies since I remember, and I always wanted to make films. And it became very concrete when I was a teenager, and then sort of settled my path and coming to the US. I'm from Germany, Berlin, to make films about music, because the music that is created in this country is just overwhelming. It is so diverse and has such a wide range and is so beautiful, and that just really appealed to me. And of course, New Orleans became an enormous pull for me, right?
Yeah.
Because of the music and the people. And
Right.
that might answer your question too. The people are so intriguing, and they create such beautiful music, so I wanted to make films about them.
Yeah. But and the thing is, Sascha, though, you really become invested in this. I mean, you spend years working on these projects. I know you did it with Ellis. Talk to us about when it comes to these two individuals. And again, our audience can see the poster there on the screen, but also, of course, for those joining us on social as well. How did you find out about Edmund and Basile?
Well, I came across them as I was researching music and performance cultures, but really in the making of Ellis, this world opened up so much more, and I came across somehow the music by Basile Barres and those compositions, and then I learned a little bit about his story, and I was so impressed by him that I felt I just really want to make a film about him. And at some point last year, actually this year, I was able to film. And last year, I made the decision this is the time to do it. And Edmond was somebody I had heard about all before, and then it just came together very nicely, all at the same time with two performances, two big performances, world premieres.
Love that. And we're going to let our audience see the trailer, Sascha. I want to say for those who are just tuning in, welcome. You all are watching Cyrus Webb Presents on Amazon Live, but we are simulcasting this for our audience on social media at Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, X, and on Instagram. We have filmmaker Sascha Youth joining us today. I got to know her because of her project Ellis, but now she has her brand new project. You guys are about to watch the trailer for what we can know about Edmund and Basile. We're going to let our audience watch the trailer, Sascha, and then we're going to talk more about it, okay?
Great.
All right.
This is the ultimate for us to be able to bring this composer back home. First complete work by an American-born Black composer. Edmond Dede was born a free man of color, and there's always concern about another power base taking that freedom away from you.
Basile, born in slavery in New Orleans. The fact that somebody in his position would be able to become a successful musician, that impressed me a lot and gave me a lot of inspiration.
The challenges are immense. We have to play collaborator with a creative team of people who have been dead for over 100 years.
The biggest challenge for me is to make it my own without taking away too much of the piece, and put it in this context of jazz and improvisation.
We are never ready as musicians. If we had another day of rehearsal, we would all take it.
So I want to talk about, Sascha, just watching that. I think, for a lot of people, what I love about what we see even in the trailer, we find out, so here you have Edmund, who was born a free man. You have Basile, who was enslaved. People who come from different worlds, but they connected with people through their music. What was it like for you to hear from individuals about how these two men had inspired them?
Well, the musicians who are working on bringing them back to our recognition, to the public, to our attention, I think they're so deeply inspired by them, and that was very moving. And I mean, I personally felt extremely inspired by, especially by Basile, because I think he overcame something that we haven't experienced it. We cannot understand it. I mean, he was a little boy when he started working in this piano store, and where he was enslaved, and through sort of, I guess, fortunate circumstances, considering the situation of being enslaved, he learned how to become a musician. He became a pianist, and so he had um, some avenues that other enslaved people didn't have. But I personally find that extremely inspiring that he would pursue his own music. And the people who are the musicians who are putting out his music, and the one by Edmond Dede, what they said, especially the pianist talking about Basile, said he would be somebody that we would know today, a colleague of his, and you cannot imagine what it would take to actually build a career while being enslaved. And that I think the inspiration there is really enormous, because it says that this art, this music, can help you really overcome or cope with situations that's so terrible that we haven't experienced them, we can't even imagine them.
Yeah. Sascha, you and I, we talked the last time with Ellis about trust, about the amount of trust that he had given to you. You seem to have gotten that again with this particular project. What was it like for you to basically become that fly on the wall and to share these experiences and stories?
That was really special. I admire the musicians who are working on this very much. So I had the great opportunity to see Opera Creole Louisiana Philharmonic Orchestra at work in the rehearsal. I see Giovanna Joseph, who's the artistic director, and then Patrick Dupre, who is the great conductor. So to observe them and the vocalist, that was pretty special. And then working with Oscar Rossignoli, the pianist, who's sort of channeling Basile's music, I have to say it was very, very special. These are wonderful musicians, and it's sort of an honor and a treat to be able to work with them. And the nice thing about working with performers is I tell them all the time, the camera is on, they're on. They don't have, it's great working with them. Yeah.
Yeah. Sascha, that brings up another point, something we see in the trailer, because as they said, and I've heard this, I'm not a musician myself, but they said, you know what, if we have another day to work on it, we're going to take the other day. They're always trying to do their best to get it right, to make sure it's as good as it can be. What was it like for you to see that kind of dedication into making sure that not only were they doing well, but they were also bringing justice to these two individuals' work?
I mean, it's restorative justice. That's what Giovanna Joseph says in the film very clearly. And I think that is an enormous motivation to keep you going and to be ready when you need to. And because it adds such an enormous layer of importance to the performance, right? And I think that especially the orchestra, I mean, the opera performance was such, grand opera in a cathedral. To perform that, there's a lot weighing on people to do that, right? So, and I think they were really driven by that importance of giving these composers, or in this case, Edmond Dede, the opportunity to shine, to give him this restorative justice. And I should add a little tidbit that maybe only people in the South can appreciate. In January, there was an enormous snowstorm, and it completely froze the New Orleans. And so most rehearsals prior to the opera premiere had to be canceled. And it was and they still managed to do it. So it was a big experience.
Yeah. So with this particular project, when can our audience expect to be able to see it, Sascha?
Well, we have the premiere at the New Orleans Film Festival on October 24th, and I hope everybody comes out. And then from there on, we're going to have a screening series happening and probably more festivals, and then we'll take it from there.
Love it. Love it. I know the film festivals are such a great way. I've been able to attend some over the past few years in the work that I do, being able to see these projects and experience them in either an auditorium or somewhere, with a crowd is definitely something as well. So I'm so excited for you. Again, everyone, Sascha Youss has been our guest. The new project that you guys just heard about, of course, that you guys will be able to see very soon at the premiere. You heard her say there this month is What We Can Know About Edmond and Basile. How can they stay connected and find out more information, Sascha?
Instagram is my way to the world. So please connect with me. It's my name, Sascha Just. Google me. You'll find me on Instagram very easily, and you can also put in the name of the film. That should also then come up on Instagram. And I have a website, sashajust.com, and we'll have post all the updates there too.
Love it. Sascha, thank you so much for the great work you're doing. Congratulations on the new project, and looking forward to speaking with you again.
Thank you so much for having me. And yes, I am looking forward to speaking with you again, too.
I appreciate that. And we thank you, our audience, for tuning in to another great segment of Cyrus Webb Presents. Until next time, you all make it a great one. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.
Okay.